Hi. So Teianna Re al Cooper has asked me to make a video about how it feels to love a person and have the love not reciprocated, and make it 1 to 2 minutes. You know me. You know better than this. So you just gonna have to edit. Anywho, I love you. Teianna Re al Cooper. That is Slam Bay, Bay 3000, Prayer Bay, and all other things Bay outside of Husband Bay. Husband Bay is OC Hall. But anywho, how does it feel to be loved, or how does it feel to love a person and have the love not reciprocated? In a word, traumatic. Yeah, the word doesn't match the smile, obviously. So this is a long, struggly story for me. I am an only child to my mother, but my father doesn't claim me. And my belief in love not being reciprocated really starts there at your parents. So in my instance, my father, didn't even acknowledge I was a part of him. Just wouldn't, for his own reasons. And this video is too short to get into all that. So maybe I'll make a story time video, or something. But as I said, I am the child of a person who doesn't claim me. And I was born to an adulterous relationship. Yeah. Growing up with that right there was difficult in itself. And I remember being a teenager, I always had male friends. Like, most of my friends were male. I had a few really good female friends, but most of my friends were male. So, like, I knew how to act and react to males out of the friendship zone. But as far as, these new experiences with having a boyfriend and romantically, and what's my place as a woman, and how this, that, and the other, don't get me wrong, I had all the refining and etiquette, and I could cook, and obviously I could cook and all that, but yeah, that was a piece that's missing, and that's a piece that your father teaches you, not necessarily verbally, but in the way that he treats your mother. And some of the things that I saw growing up had me fuming. I was angry, and I didn't really, I didn't know it then, but I look back now, like, I really don't trust men, but I want one. Even as a teen, I like, it was very clear and everything. I liked dudes, but I don't know about this whole thing. So when it came to my high school boyfriend, and there was a situation that happened between me and my best friend where she really needed me, and I was trying to hold her down. She kind of moved in to my house, which shout out to wifey Bay. He kind of abandoned me. He kind of was just like, nah, I can't deal with this. But I'm gonna still be with you though. You still gonna be my girl. But then when this is all done, then we can get on with our regular. And after that, hindsight being 2020, it's probably why that relationship dissolved. And it dissolved a couple of years after this happened. But I'm thinking at that point, when he kind of abandoned me in that situation, I just shut it off. I just shut it off. I was still cool. I still have emotions towards you. I still like you. We still good. But that intimate space where I felt that finally I had somebody who I could lean on and rely upon that would claim me, it kind of got ruined with that. And I don't, looking back at that, it should have been relatively, it was fairly a big deal, but it shouldn't have been a deal breaker. But because of my own emotional trauma and still dealing with the thing about my father at that time, so I went through the motions of a relationship for 2 years, where I was really gone, but still there. And, just kind of watching us grow apart. Well, anyway, we fast forward to a relationship, the next relationship I had after that. And I'm going to keep that under wraps. But this is what I will tell you. Yeah, I got cheated on. And I know he loved me, like, a lot. I know he loved me a lot. He didn't love me enough to not do him, or to deny himself the opportunity of having this one or that one. He didn't take stock in our relationship enough to do that. And when you're there, and when you've been there, when you're the encourager, and when you're the person who stands behind this person, and you do all these things, and to have them break your trust like that, you get calloused. And it wasn't just like a one-time breaking. It was a repeated thing. To the point where after that, I, in my brokenness, which even before that relationship started, I basically went back to my brokenness. And this is concerning, sex with people that, okay, well, I can carry on a sexual relationship without having feelings attached. And people often brag about that. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get my feelings in it. Let me tell you something. That's not normal. That's not the way we're built. That's actually signifying a breaking in you, to where by nature, it's like, oh, I have this whole body, right? But right now, I'm going to shut off this part, this component. Mind you, we are spirits having a human experience. Our primary component is the spirit, right? So I'm just going to shut off my whole spirit. I'm going to shut off my heart. And I'm going to just engage in this physical thing that feels good physically. And then I'll reactivate it, reanimate it when I'm ready. It don't work like that. People call it being in control. I call it being disassociated. You're a little bit broken. That's not normal. That's not something to brag about, that you can disassociate yourself from yourself so effectively that you can break other people and then blame them for being broken. So, with that being said, it's a wonder how I'm even married now. Keeping it completely 100. I had to want to be healed. I had to want to be put back together after all of that. And like I said, it's a short video, so this is really quick, so I'm not even getting in depth of everything that went on. But now, as I told you I am a child who was not claimed by her father. I have 2 little girls whose father passed away. My oldest was 1. My youngest was in my belly. And I was 6 months pregnant when their father was taken from the earth. I also have 2 little boys. My youngest little boy, that's the ours. That's me and my husband's. My eldest little boy, that's, me and my husband's. And I have a baby mama. Shout out to my baby mama, bae. Anywho, and my next comments will be concerning the older 3. I remember the look and the feeling like your molecules are bouncing off each other when I wanted to go talk to my father's wife and be like, hey, I exist. But in my head, knowing fully that she knew, she had to know something about me and who I was. And she knew me, and knew my mom. And she had to know. But the conversation was never there. And the acknowledgement still never was there. And I always wanted, at that age, I'm talking about 15, 16, 17, when you were a young upstart and you just, I'm going to call over his house and I'm going to talk to her and and why doesn't he this and why doesn't he that and why won't he this and why won't he that and I'm going to make him and I'm going to do this. That feeling of molecules bouncing off of you, like looking for some piece of you to attach to. I see it in my eldest daughter's eyes. Every time she talks about her father, every time she even talks about going to her grandmother's or to her aunts or to her uncles or anything with that part of the family, I see it in her. It's a desperation. And it doesn't make, I guess my experiences prepared me for this, that it doesn't make me feel bad like she don't want me, because I understand it. Like I had my mom, I know this side of my family, I know them, I'm a part of this. I need to know this other part, and I need to understand this other part. It's a desperation that's there. And my youngest is another part of me, right? My youngest girl, she expresses it in a different way. She shuts down. She turns off. She shuts her mouth. She doesn't say anything. And won't speak on it. But you can see in her eyes, in her face, in her actions and mannerisms that all the same thing is there. My eldest is just more pronounced and public about her actions. And my youngest girl, she's just withdrawn. My eldest boy, now his mom is in his life. We talk regularly. She visits regularly. We're all good. We're one big family. Like I said, that's my baby mama. Yeah, it's my husband's baby mama, but that's mine too. Okay, Adulting 101. But he sees her, but still, if he misses her or he feels like he needs to talk to her, and if he calls and she doesn't answer the phone, it's that same desperation. And it's not that love is not being reciprocated towards him from her. That's far from the truth. It is the fact that for a split second, I can't get to what I need right now. And watching that and feeling that and looking at that from the perspective of a lifelong can't get what I need right now to a split second can't get what I need right now. That temporary insanity and desperation, that molecules bouncing off of each other like what can I do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Can I call here? Can I call there? Can I go there? You know, that constant reaching. That is what it feels like to love and not be loved in return. It is a desperation. It is molecules bouncing off of each other. It's feeling like everything inside of you is being stirred up and churned. And at the end of it, there is no satisfaction. And this person that you're looking for, you can't even get the healing from them. You know, they're not available. And after all of that, and after you calm down, and after all your insides stop bouncing off each other, there's a small part of you that dies. And it manifests in the form of not being able to trust, or not wanting to engage, or, you know, they call it being protective. It ain't being protective. I don't even know if it's necessarily self-preservation. It is being scared. Like, what if this happens again? There's a part of you that gives up. There is a part of you that dries out. And you would like to say that you can't cry any more tears about it. But it remains very wet there. And salty like tears. When love isn't reciprocated, it's hurtful. And it's why it's important, especially for people entering into relationships. You know, people have this thing of looking for their other half. That's stupid. Ain't no such thing as an other half. You need to be 100% whole. And the person who comes with you will compliment you. It's a complimentary thing. It's not, this person's going to do all the things that I can't do. Not so. Because there are areas that you both will be lost in that you going to need God for. Like, heck, I can't do this. I can't either. The whole 50-50 thing is a lie. It's a fallacy. It's foolishness. It's why half these people ain't in relationships now, because they still looking for their other 50 and they still ain't even a buck. It's, you know. But being broken leaves you like that. Like you're looking for other pieces. When all the pieces of you are yet right here. You just don't know how to bring them all together and reconcile them. And it's funny how you can be broken and all the pieces be right there, but it seems like it's a gulf and streams and oceans between them. Like it would be easier to latch on to something else than to bring myself back together. They're easier to latch on because this is damaged. That's the effect. So, this is a much longer video than I wanted it to be. But hopefully, you got some good stuff out of it. So shout out to Slam Bay, Teianna, for challenging me in this way to talk about this, because yeah, I don't be talking about this stuff. I'm hardcore, I'm a thug, you know, I don't, my bad, you know. So till the next time,